Hey guys, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Rom.
And we have the Wrong Way Home bus. This is going to be bus number 5 for the Wrong Way Home franchise, and we love it so far. Alright guys, welcome to the inside of our bus. As you walk in, you'll first see my desk area. I work full-time on the road doing promo stuff. So having a desk was essential. We actually took apart a old sewing base machine and we put a live edge piece on top. You can also see that there are plants everywhere because I don't function without them. And as you can see underneath here, we actually found a bunch of little cedar strips that we got in Maine. So we just got some fun colors from Home Depot. We painted those and just kind of made a back wall. And actually that wall really helped us kind of put together the rest of the place of our color palette. So we actually just put in this top shelf. Rom built it for me and I actually painted it. We have some old books up there, just stuff that we can add in just to make it feel like home. We picked up this chair at Goodwill, old antique chair, kind of funky, went with the colors that we wanted to flow within the bus. Over here we have a old 1895 wood stove that we picked up in Maine. We paid like $120 for it on Facebook Marketplace. It works like a gem. Blows out a lot of heat. We can put full logs in here, so that was really nice to have because in my last bus I had the little mini wood stove and I was restocking it every 20 minutes, so it's nice to have something that will go for a few hours. We put hand-painted Mexican tile on the back of it, which we picked up on Amazon. There's a bunch of different assorted colors on there and designs that you can get. Kind of just wanted to go with like that, again, retro orange kind of feel, different colors on the bus. So over here we have a couch that we actually found on Walmart.com. When we were building the bus we had a deadline, so we didn't decide to build one out just to save time. This actually folds down into a bed. So for the first week and a half when we got the bus we were sleeping on the couch. One thing I don't really like about it is that you can see it gets dirty really quickly with our cat Fern and shoes being on there and not taking it off. I'm a huge fan of wicker everything, so we were at a thrift shop and I actually spotted this shelf and I told Rom, I said, we're going to make this fit. So this has actually been a great storage for all my plants on the road. And we actually have a really good air ride suspension on the bus, so we don't really have to move everything out of the way.
I started out in the whole tiny home community as a builder. I didn't have my own bus, I didn't have a van or anything. And so I think that coming in this from the end of being a builder, where I built a bunch of buses and van conversions and tiny homes for other people, and I just saw all this joy in people. And you know, everybody that I met along the way, they were like, dude, you got to do this. I mean, thank you so much for helping us do the build, or you know, whatever it may be, but this is something that's in your blood. You got to do it. So I came into it already having built many tiny homes for other people, and so my transition into it was just kind of being a little envious of the people that were really going out there and grabbing their dreams. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to do that for myself. But I had a bus before this one, and I got rid of that bus and moved in with Courtney, and we built, that was in her last bus, and then we built another bus together because I have a ton of tools and we did not have enough storage for them. Hey guys, welcome to our kitchen. I know that Courtney's told you a whole lot about her love of colors and the use of colors, but we wanted to tone it down a little bit in the middle of the bus. The cabinets and the uppers and the lowers, because of our time schedule, we actually had those prefabricated and brought them in, attached them together, and then anchored them into the bus. But we wanted to keep the earth tones in here and keep it dark, so we went with a stain, a dark stain. It's a charcoal or a black, and these countertops right here are epic. I don't want to brag on them, but they are 3-inch thick slabs from the woods in Maine. We actually had these sourced, and they were aged for like 5 years prior to us getting them. So really all we did, throw some oil on it to darken it up, protect it from water, and other than that, it's just all natural. We'll use the cutoff from the back for our backsplash, which I absolutely love. Moving into the sink, this right here is actually a stone sink. It's black, but it's a composite stone sink, and it works phenomenally. This is one of my favorite things about our bus here, is our ability to wash a bunch of dishes and keep things clean. So that's definitely a big thing for us. This, we again sourced a lot of stuff from Facebook Marketplace. So this stove right here, usually like a $300 stove, we got it for like 40 bucks on Facebook Marketplace, and it works phenomenal. It already had the regulator set up on it for the propane, and it's great for coffee in the morning, which coffee midday is also something that we do quite a bit, because we're in a high energy environment when we're building buses. And moving over here to the refrigerator, this is actually a 120, or actually a 110, just a regular house refrigerator, and we have a bunch of electric running this bus. So we're using solar right now, and we're able to run and power this on our battery bank, which is consisting of 6 190 amp hour deep cell batteries with a little over 1,300 watts of solar on the top. So this stays nice and cold, and you can see this right here is just, I mean, the storage in it is phenomenal. A lot of people ask us about the fridge. You can put a lot of food in there. I think that one of the awesome things about this size bus, being a 40-foot bus, we could really make this kitchen the heart of the space. So we have a lot of storage. You can see that we put uppers up here, and the upper cabinetry is great for dishes, and I mean, we have plates and bowls and everything, and all of our coffee mugs. A lot of storage under here. Again, I mean, all the cat food and everything else we can store under here. And under here is our propane system, and there's a lot of people that are on the fence about propane inside, outside. As long as you have enough ventilation and you have some CO2 detectors to make sure that you don't have any carbon monoxide buildup or a leak somewhere, you're really good. So that's my personal opinion, my humble 2 cents there. But ton of storage. Not to mention over here we have even more storage, and this is again just a bunch of food storage in here right now. And because of the fact that we have so much space, we can kind of dual purpose. I know it's odd, but we actually keep some clothing in this bottom cabinet in here just because of the amount of space that we have. So another thing that I love about this kitchen space, not just about the storage, but the fact that we have this pallet wall here. We ripped these pallets down to 3 inches thick, so it was a consistent width. Courtney and I pulled out the table saw and went to town. She's amazing with power tools as well, and she's actually a really good builder as well. So this is the cool thing about this. On the back side of this wall is actually our bathroom, and whenever you have a junction point anywhere in your line for your PEX line, you want access. So here's a hidden panel back here so you can see the access for the back of the shower. So this way, if I need to change out a fitting or access a line because of an issue, I can do so easily. But it also still functions as a wall. And if you guys are planning on doing a build, remember access panels. Access panels are your best friend when living full-time on the road in a bus.
So my journey is a little bit different. I didn't really necessarily start this life to live tiny. When I was 21, I had like the routine, like the job and the relationship and the car and the apartment, and I just wasn't happy. So I had made a split decision within 10 days to sell all my stuff. I left my relationship and I packed a one-way ticket to Alaska. I flew out to Alaska, never being there, and I ended up meeting somebody there, and we converted a 1990 Suburban. And I was like all freaked out because I was like, I don't think that I can, you know, live on the road in Alaska. Like where am I gonna shower? Where are we gonna go to the bathroom? Like, what's all happening? But he ended up convincing me, and it was the best decision. Like, no regrets. We traveled all through the interior of Alaska, and we went to Canada. We love living on the road so much, we ended up buying a travel trailer, which blew out our Suburban transmission like right away. So we started looking at school buses, and I've always had like, on the internet, I was like always looking at school buses and was like, that's super cool, but I didn't realize how cheap they were. And so we ended up buying our first 40-foot bus and built that out in 7 days, and it was nothing like this. So we just kind of like had the passion of living in the bus for a few months, and we ended up buying a second bus and then a third bus, and we ended up going our different ways. And I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this for myself, because he told me that, he's like, there's no way that you can do this by yourself. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go do it. So I took a solo trip to Alaska again, built a few other buses, and now here we are.
Yeah. So we're going to be coming back into the bedroom here in a second, but I wanted to note that we do have an amazing little hallway here, and these are all of the points in the Wrong Way Home journey across the United States. There's probably a few we've missed along there, but this encompasses everything from before Courtney and I were even together on her journeys, and what we've done together as well. So this is a cool little keepsake whenever you're traveling. And back into the bedroom area, we decided to go with a queen-size bedroom just because of the amount of space that we had. We wanted to use the space really well, and this gives us ample space to be able to sleep comfortably and not feel like we're cramped in there. A lot of storage underneath of it. Eventually I will be building cabinets underneath or drawers underneath, but right now it's just open storage space with a lot of tubs of random things that we need along the way. We have a 100-gallon freshwater holding tank underneath of here as well, with a water pump, and actually isolated underneath of this nightstand, which is accessible from underneath, are 2 of the 6 batteries that we have. So we actually have that linked underneath the bus and brought up into a solar cabinet that we have over here at this point. But phenomenal. This is a memory foam mattress. I highly recommend them. If you don't have one, get one if you can afford it, or if somebody loves you enough to gift it to you. So this is a great thing. Moving into the bathroom here, this is actually the next project on our list, which is a composting toilet. Right now we have the box built out. It's just going to be a 5-gallon bucket composting toilet, and I'm sure that if you go through this page and take a look at the different builds that have been done, you'll see exactly how to build one of those. But we have currently, again, sourced this from thrift stores and from secondhand stores. And then our stand-up shower, the next thing that we have to do in here is put up the rest of the ceilings here and finish painting. So that's after the toilet's built, that's what we're going to be doing next. But stand-up shower, a little bit dirty because we were washing our feet off from walking through the mud earlier today. But this is stand-up shower, and it was just a store-bought surround, and concrete underneath, a real nice amount of thin set, and just worked it in, and it's been sturdy and solid and hasn't moved an inch. All right, guys, so This right here is a 90% complete solar system. The solar power that we have is actually not connected right now. And the reason why is because we have 24-volt panels up top, and we are waiting for a component to come in the mail to us, which will step it down from the 24-volt to the 12-volt, which will in turn then run into the charge controller, down to the batteries, and back up to your inverter. And then all of these are the plugs that are running to various areas in the bus for your outlets. But this right here is a 5,000 watt unit, and you got that at Harbor Freight. It is not a pure sine inverter, which a lot of people say you need to have a pure sine inverter. Personally, I've built 39 bus conversions over the time of my building experiences, and while they're wonderful and a phenomenal thing to have on your bus, it's not essential for you to get started, or even if you're living in it full time. Work within the means that you have and make do with what you have. That's part of the life.
Long-term goal is to buy some land and build buses full-time, because I mean, that's really our passion, and we'd love to, you know, to make money with our passion.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me for my business card, and I tell them I don't like business cards because it turns it into a business. And though I like to be paid for my passion so that I can eat, I don't like setting prices per se. I like to work within somebody's budget. So if somebody needs a build done, they're like, listen, I've only got this amount of money. I'm like, okay, well, what's your vision? And then let me see how I can best use that money within this space for me to give you the most bang for your buck with regards to my building skills, her design skills. We try to do it as a team and get people into this life, because it's not about how much you have in your pocket, but how much you have in your heart and what it is that you're going to put out there into the universe with what you're doing. So it's a big thing.
So we are on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok at The Wrong Way Home. We do custom builds, so if anybody is looking at doing a custom build and they don't know what to do, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to answer any questions. This bus is actually going to be for sale in the near future, so if you're interested in this bus, also feel free to reach out to us. And
just so you guys know, this bus that you guys just saw, we built this bus in about 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks at this point. We've had in solid work about a month of time into this, from shell to what you see here. So if you have a bus and you need it built, we move fast, but we do the work to fit the goal as it is.
And I think that's what makes us different, is we want to be able to build buses in under 1 or 2 months, and be able to, you know, kind of put our business out like that. Yeah,
for sure. Come let us build you a bus. We'd love to.